So this is a film of the Ray and Daphne's family on a summer tour around the Mediterranean in 1959, starting off with a ferry from Limassol to Athens, where the famous convertible Ford Zephyr 6 was unloaded. And there we have Chris and Sheila the dog getting up on to the ship, and there's Daphne and Susan and Michael and Chris up at the railing of the boat. And here Chris standing in front of a traditionally dressed Greek sentry somewhere in Athens, and here they come along to change the guard, make sure there's no traffic coming. Love their pom-pom boots.
Do you remember this, or what was it like? Was that the first time you've been to Athens or not?
Yeah, this was definitely the first time I'd been to Athens. But of course we managed to fit in quite well because we were speaking Cypriot Greek, but we could be understood and we could understand what was being said to us by the local population, although they were very amused at our accent, our slangy island patois. And we toured around the Parthenon, and this was the beginning of summer, so the weather was pretty pleasant, and the plan was to drive up to, or perhaps maybe continue with the ferry boat from Piraeus to Venice, and then go up into the Austrian Alps from Venice, because I don't somehow think we would have driven from Athens all the way up through Yugoslavia to Venice in the car. My guess is that it was probably put back on the ferry.
Cruise.
And a kind of a cruise. And these are pretty early days of tourism, so you didn't find yourself in a huge crush of tourists in those days. So now the location has moved to Venice, St. Peter's Square, and all the pigeons, which amused us. And there's, looks like our dog Sheila, not too bothered, the pigeons not too bothered about the presence of the dog. Beautiful architecture here, looking down into St. Peter's Square. And so from Venice here we were going to drive off more into the interior, but this was fascinating for a young boy brought up in Cyprus. See this kind of architecture and the sophistication of all these boats and amazing city of Venice with all its canals and boats everywhere. So here we see the Ford Zephyr 6. It's looking quite low on the suspension at the back. There must have been a lot of gear in the boot. And here we have young Chris with Sheila the dog, and now looks like the hood is being taken down there, and we're up in the Austrian Alps, is my guess, at their camping site. Oh, not quite a nice looking tent there. Somebody wash. And front of a mirror pegged to a tree. It's Daphne. And there we have Daphne and Michael sunbathing on the edge, and that's Chris diving in off the board. Not bad, young Chris. That water was so cold. It was running straight through the pool out of a mountain stream. No filtration. Just, a pool of mountain stream water. I've never seen Ray swim so fast to get out the other side. Straight through and out the other side as fast as possible. And not to get frozen. Woohoo, that looks like young Michael doing a backflip off the high dive board. Now, who's going to follow that? No one, apparently. So here we have a nice little peaceful Austrian town, and lovely walking in the mountains around. The Austrian flag there, hanging from the flagpole near the tent. So I guess looks like we were the only tent in the campsite. And somebody's even got a sunshade out there. Is that Daphne? Oh no, here we are. Derek in the lead, followed by Chris, and then Michael with his shirt on. And we'd been told to walk very slowly because it was a steep mountain. Oh dear. I hope we really got that message, didn't we? So here we are having a little drink from a trough. Young Chris in the foreground there, and Michael on the right, Derek on the left. Derek no shirt, Michael with a white shirt. Having a drink, must be Ray filming. Some pretty nice mountain boots there. Outside a chalet. Nice traditional woodwork with the forested mountain slope in the background. Delightful. And here, the patriarch in shorts wending his way home down off the mountain.